Are you scared of criticism? Tell me, when it was the last time you were really criticized? Well, don't be scared of criticism. Never get caught in that trap. La critique est aisée, mais l'art est difficile. Yes, criticism is very easy, and art is difficult. Les chefs d'œuvre ne sont jamais que des tentatives de réussite. Masterpieces are never anything else but simply happy attempts. Well, let me share a fantastic idea to deal with criticism. You can avoid criticism if you say nothing, if you do nothing, and if you be nothing. Well, that's so easy, and you can simply, by these 3 rules, you can really avoid the criticism from anywhere, any side, anybody. So that was quite easy, right? Well, time to divulge the topic of the day. For your utter surprise, we are starting with Pharmacodynamics. Welcome all to Is Pharmacology Difficult podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Radhika Vijay, MBBS MD Pharmacology, and this is the audio hub to get the best simplified basic tips, strategies, methods, and lots of ideas to learn better, understand better, and make your concepts crystal clear. If you really find, and if there's a question hovering in your minds, is pharmacology difficult? Lend your ears for a while and let in the magic of knowledge. Pharmakon in Greek means drug, and dynamics means simply action or activity. All in all, let's define the pharmacodynamics precisely. In one line, how can you define it? The study of the drugs or medicine. Another one line to define it, what the drug does to the body. In 2 statements, how you gonna define it? Pharmacodynamics is the study of physiological and biochemical drug effects along with their action, mode, and strategy. Or another 2-line statement can be study that begins to answer what the drugs do to the body and eventually explains how they do it. Well, it's a great interplay of the action and effect and the dose and effect relationship. It's the right moment to define the effect and the action too. What do you mean by effect? What do you mean by action? Let's get to know. When we know the type of response produced by the drug, that is what we call effect. Got it? And when we know how and where the effect is produced, that is called action. And pharmacodynamics greatly covers the action modification plan and sequence of one drug by the other. Before we actually touch the ocean grounds, let's quickly play with the ripples on the water surface. Let's get a basic idea about the different types of drug actions and few of the important sites of the drug action. Well, the first term that we're gonna know in our list is the stimulation. Well, I would define it as enhanced activity of the specialized cells. And generally observed notion is too much of stimulation is most probably followed by depression of that particular function. The second term in our list is depression. That is a selective impediment of the special cell activity. And yes, you guessed it right. Many antagonists, they perform this task. Now, one thing I want to tell you, one drug may stimulate one type of cell while it may depress the other type of cell. And a very great to quote classical example in this particular stream is of acetylcholine. It stimulates the intestinal muscles while depresses the SA node in the heart muscles. Okay, I hope the idea is completely clear. Let's get on to a third term of the day, and that is cytotoxicity. Well, that is seen in many carcinogenic cells, parasites, etc. These are actually destroyed specifically by targeting without any harm to the host cell. and that is referred to as cytotoxicity. Next term in our list, very special action, is the irritation. Now, irritation may lead to severe reactions like inflammation, necrosis, damage, etc. And finally, what can be the consequence that affects us? That is the loss of function or the decreased function. And last term in this particular series to talk about is the replacement. Well, you can use natural metabolites, hormones, etc. in state of deficiency. And one classical one is to use iron in the deficiency states like anemia. Next, let's get to know about the predictable sites of drug action. And this particular knowledge really helps a lot. Now, two drugs may act same way, but their site of action may be different. Let's dive in this particular regard more. The first one to discuss is the extracellular site. And the best part to do it is to exemplify. Gastric acidity is nullified by antacids. And second example to quote here is of complex of heavy metals is formed with the help of chelating agents. The second site can be cellular site. Now, these are actually many to talk about. The action of catecholamines on the heart muscles, and another one is a skeletal muscle contraction while the action of acetylcholine on the nicotinic receptors on the motor end plate. These are very good examples to quote for the cellular sites. Now, what more is left? Third one is the intracellular site. Examples tell the story the best. In place of uracil, 5-fluorouracil, it incorporates into the messenger RNA. Second example is the interference of the folic acid synthesis by trimethoprim. Now, I think these knowledge bites are so much for this particular day as far as the introduction to this particular topic is concerned. And from these knowledge bites, let's get on to the time to wish bye. And before I really wrap up, the rule goes is please listen carefully. It is good to be generous with the praise and cautious with the criticism. Well, please don't get into the trap of either praise or criticism. None of them are too big deal. I hope you agree with this. For all the updates and latest episodes of my podcast, do visit www.ispharmacologydifficult.com, where you can also sign up for a free monthly e-newsletter of mine. It actually contains a lot of updates about medical sciences and drug information updates, and my podcast updates also. You can follow me on different social media handles like Twitter, Insta, Facebook, and LinkedIn. They all are with the same name as Pharmacology Difficult. If you are listening for the first time, or don't forget to subscribe and follow whatever platform you are consuming this episode. Stay tuned to rate and review on iTunes, Apple Podcast. Stay safe, stay happy, stay enlightened. Thank you.